Hello everyone. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create an EC2 instance using AWS Management Console. So I will walk you through all the steps involved in creating an EC2 instance using AWS Management Console. So let's get started. Firstly, I'm logged into the AWS Management Console here, and let me go to the EC2 console. So once you're in the EC2 console, this is how it looks like. So if you don't have any instances running, it shows 0 here. So let's click on Launch Instance here. So when you click on launch instance here, it shows a lot of AMIs here. So AMI basically stands for Amazon Machine Image. So AMI has an information about the software configurations like operating system and applications that come pre-installed if you create that instance using that AMI. You can also create your own custom AMI and use that to launch your EC2 instances. But for this tutorial, I'm going to use this quick start, and I'm going to check this free tier only to make sure that I create only the instances which are eligible for free tier. So I'll select this Amazon Linux 2 AMI here, click on select, and once you click on select, it will ask you to select the type of instance, basically instance type. So instance type, there are a lot of instance types in AWS depending on the number of vCPUs and the memory. So I'm going to select this T2.micro, which is eligible for free tier. Click on configure. So I'm going to create only one instance. And this is all the networking configurations. We'll leave all this to the default itself. And in the later tutorial, I'll explain you what each of these mean and how to configure these network settings depending on your requirement. But for this tutorial, we will leave it as default and click on next, add storage. So here in this section, you can add any storage if you want additional storage, like you can add EBS volumes to your EC2 instance if you need. But I'm not going to do that. And here I make sure that I have made sure that I have checked this delete on termination. So if once I terminate this EC2 instance, all this storage associated with this will be deleted. And next, click on add tags. So basically, this section is to add the tags. These are purely optional. Like you can add anything. Any tags just to identify this instance, or if this instance belongs to any team. So we can add a tag called team and dev. So this is purely optional. And let's click on configure security group. So the security group is where you configure the inbound and outbound traffic to your EC2 instance. So basically, what do you want to whom do you want to allow to connect to your EC2 instance and stuff like that. So if you see, we're creating a new security group. Let's call it my EC2 security group. And these are the rules that are. So if you want, you can remove the rules or add any new rules that you want. So if you want to allow HTTPS traffic or HTTPS traffic into your instance, you can select this and you can allow on port and from where do you want to allow and stuff like that. So I'm not going to do it here. So I'm going to add only one role, which is I'm going to allow SSH connection into my EC2 instance. And this is the source. From where do you want to allow? So you can select any custom IPs here, or you can select anywhere. So when you select anywhere, anyone from the internet, connect to your EC2 instance if they have the PPK file. So this is not a recommended setting because it exposes your instance to your internet. So, but I'm going to select this for now and click on review and launch and click on launch. So this takes to this key pair. So key pair is basically useful when you want to connect to your EC2 instance using SSH clients. So I'm going to create a new key pair and I'm going to call it my EC2 key. And make sure that you download this key pair now itself because you will not be able to download it at a later point of time. So when you click on download key pair, it downloads this PEM file. And once that is done, click on launch instance here. So it takes some time to launch instance. So it says your instances are now launching. So if you go to the EC2 console now, it says that EC2, the instance is still in pending state. So let's give it some time. So now if you see that my instance is in running state. So if I click on this instance, so these are the instance details. This is the public IPv4 address of this instance, and these are all the other information set. So I think I gave you a brief overview on how to create an EC2 instance using AWS Management Console.
Microsoft Azure is a public cloud computing platform with solutions including infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service that can be used for services such as analytics, virtual computing, storage, and much more. And it can replace or supplement your on-premise servers. Azure can support large and complex applications. Azure's continuous integration and continuous delivery will shorten your development cycles. Management tools like Azure Portal, PowerShell, and REST APIs are available to meet your needs. Built-in security controls and analytics help you respond to threats and agilely respond to changes in your security needs.
But how does it work? Azure uses a technology known as virtualization. Virtualization separates the tight coupling between a computer's CPU and its operating system using an abstraction layer called a hypervisor. The hypervisor emulates all the functions of a real computer and its CPU in a virtual machine. It can run multiple virtual machines at the same time, and each virtual machine can run any compatible operating system, such as Windows or Linux. Azure takes this virtualization technology and repeats it on a massive scale in Microsoft data centers throughout the world. Each data center has many racks filled with servers. Each server includes a hypervisor to run multiple virtual machines. A network switch provides connectivity to the servers. One server in each rack runs a special piece of software called a fabric controller. Each fabric controller is connected to another special piece of software known as the orchestrator. The orchestrator is responsible for managing everything that happens in Azure, including responding to user requests. Users make requests using the orchestrator's Web API. The Web API can be called by many tools, including the user interface of the Azure portal. When a user makes a request to create a virtual machine, the orchestrator packages everything that's needed, picks the best server rack, then sends the package and request to the fabric controller. Once the fabric controller has created the virtual machine, the user can connect to it. Azure makes it easy for developers and IT professionals to be agile when they build, deploy, and manage their applications and services. But this agility can have unintended consequences if unauthorized resources are created, or if resources are left running after they're no longer needed. The solution to this problem is to use Azure's resource access management tools